Hello everyone, Debark is here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome once again to another flight on Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're here early morning in Zurich. It's at the Zurich International Airport, or Flughafen Zürich-Kloten. It is the largest international airport of Switzerland and the principal hub of Swiss International Airlines. It serves Zurich, Switzerland's largest city, and with its surface transport links, much of the rest of the country. The airport is located 13 kilometers or 8 miles north of central Zurich in the municipalities of Kloten, Oemland, Oberglatt, Winkel, and Opfikon, all of which are within the canton of Zurich. Our destination today is Menorca. Menorca Airport, in Catalan, Aeropuerto de Menorca, or in Spanish, Aeropuerto de Menorca, also known as Mahón Menorca Airport, is an international airport serving the island of Menorca, one of Spain's Balearic Islands in the Mediterranean Sea. The airport is located 4.5 kilometers, 2.8 miles southwest of the city of Mahón. It is primarily used by charter and seasonal flights and is busiest during the April-October season. In 2019, the airport handled over 3 million passengers, making it the 15th busiest airport in Spain that year. Today we're going to be flying the beautiful Cessna Citation Longitude, and that's the flagship of Cessna's Citation lineup of business jets. It's a very beautiful aircraft. Has a capacity of 8 to 12 passengers, depending on the configuration. This configuration today is 8 passengers, although we're going to be carrying just 4 VIPs to Menorca for a business trip. Now, this aircraft cruises at a flight ceiling of 45,000 feet and cruising speed of Mach 0.84 or 483 nautical miles true airspeed, and has a range of 3,500 nautical miles, carrying 4 passengers. Alright, without further ado, we're gonna head inside and begin our preparations for departure. We're gonna be departing at 6:10 a.m. local time. One second while I set up my track IR. Alright, first things first, we check the circuit breakers and make sure they're all in. Okay. Alright, they're all in. We'll excuse me. Next, oh my gosh, my voice. One second. Alright. Next, we check the gear lever, make sure it's down, and it is. And the flaps lever, make sure it's all the way up. Okay, basically has to correspond to the actual situation outside. So the flaps are up, therefore lever must be up. Otherwise, when we turn on the batteries, they're going to extend and people could get hurt. Okay. And unfortunately, we don't have any external power, so we're going to be turning on our APU relatively quickly. And I've got some more fuel because of that. Let me check our fuel here. Going to be carrying 9,457. That's a little more than we more than the journey requires. All right. So next thing we're going to do is turn on the standby power. I usually test it first and then turn it on. Okay, and that's on. And then batteries 1 and 2. Okay. And get some lights on here. Floodlights and map lights. While the avionics initializes and the AHRS aligns itself. Okay. I can turn off the flashlight now. Okay. All right, everything is aligned. It usually happens very quickly. Okay. So, in order not to drain the batteries, I'm going to turn on the APU immediately. But before we do that, let's check our synoptics. Hydraulics. Good. Pre-flight. Alright, everything in the pre-flight is good except the 3 items which are normal for now. That's the parking brake, the stabilizer trim, and the flaps. Those we'll fix before we leave. Alright, otherwise every other thing is good. Check the summary, and that's also good. Oxygen pressure is good. Alright. Now we can turn on the APU. And monitor it. While it's coming on, I'm gonna turn on the bleed air synoptics. So air conditioning should be coming on. APU is 100% RPM. Should be getting air conditioning in a few minutes. Right now it's just a recirculating fan. Right about now. All right, there we go. Okay, our electrical synoptics Everything is good. APU is supplying us the power, so the bus tie is closed, so we don't use the batteries. Okay. Alright, a lot of people don't know this, but the aircraft has two buses, and these two buses are isolated from each other. And the reasoning behind this is so that if one bus has a problem, it will not affect the other bus. Let's say the generators are on, for instance. Generator A, left generator is supplying power to the left bus. Right generator is supplying power to the right bus. If anything happens to one of them, the other one will remain unaffected. But if any one of them shuts down, let's say the right generator shuts down, you can tie the buses together with the bus tie, and the left generator can supply both buses. Okay, so that's why if you look at the bus tie button, when it's closed, it's orange, letting you know that that's not a normal situation. Under normal conditions, it should be open. Alright, so and you will see that as soon as we start the engines, the bus tie opens automatically. Everything happens automatically. Now, if the ground power was on, that would connect and close the buses too. Alright. Okay, now we can set up our flight. We'll start with the flight plan. Our origin is Zurich Kloten. This is Lima Sierra Zulu Hotel. Okay, and our destination is Menorca, Lima Echo Mike Hotel. Alright. Okay, and I don't know why this is displayed in this way. I don't think it should, but we'll see. Okay, before we go any further, let me do the performance. I'll leave that flight plan open. We can do it here. Performance, weight and balance. We have the two pilots weighing 340 pounds. Payload, we have 4 VIPs that we're carrying. Their total weight is 680 pounds. Cargo is 391 pounds. Okay. And fuel on board, we have to sync fuel on board here to tell the aircraft how much fuel we have loaded. Meanwhile, our zero fuel weight is 24,800 pounds. Okay, we have 9,350 pounds of usable fuel. Okay, and our landing, let's see, I'm gonna quickly check the briefing to see how much fuel we have for reserve. And that's 2545, so I'm gonna set that 2545. I'm setting all this underground because this is a very short flight. We're gonna be in the air for, we're gonna cruise for just about half an hour. Alright, so that's set up. Come back out. We're gonna deal with the rest of it after we set up the flight plan. Now let's look at the flight briefing. I'm gonna be using Volanta for that as usual. Let's bring that up. Volant, actually, let's maximize it. Alright, let's hope I remember to minimize it before we leave. Okay, so our flight briefing. We're going to be flying the Charlie 700. That's the Citation Longitude, and our registration today is November 243 Papa Charlie. No flight numbers, because it's a business jet flight. It's not an airline, obviously. We are at Zürich Airport, Zürich Kloten, Flughafen. Our destination is Menorca, and our alternate is Barcelona International Airport. Okay, and our flight briefing. Let's bring this up. Zero fuel weight is 24,800, payload is 1,411, and our fuel, we need 9,109 pounds, but I have 9,350 or something. And our takeoff weight is 33,709 plus the little extra fuel. Flight time is 1 hour 21 minutes, and we're going to be cruising at 41,000 feet. And the distance is 539 nautical miles, and this is our route. Taking off runway 16, our SID, standard instrument departure, is Vebit 4 Sierra to Vebit. Tango 50 to Tango 50 to Rotus, Zulu 669er to Vadar, direct to Geneva, direct to Balzi, Uniform November 852 to Verso, Uniform Lima 16 to Sargo, and our arrival is the arrival star is Sargo 4 Foxtrot. My lips are almost stuck together. Yeah, so Sargo 4 Fox is our standard terminal arrival into Menorca, and we're landing runway 19er. It's going to be an ILS approach, so the ILS Yankee runway 19er. All right. And our fuel, this is our planned fuel. Trip is 1 hour 21 minutes and 2,751. Contingency 20%, that's 550 for 16 minutes. Alternate is 1142 to Barcelona. And final reserve is 1,403 pounds. That's for 1 hour. Alright, minimum takeoff fuel is 5846. And extra is this. Takeoff fuel. That's the fuel we have at takeoff. And taxi, we're going to be taxiing with 200 pounds of fuel. That's for 20 minutes. Okay, gives us the block fuel of this 9,109, and of course our reserve, that's where I got it that time, which is our reserve and alternate. That gives us 2,545. Alright, so that's about it. Now, of course this is the route, I already mentioned it, and times. We are going to be departing at 5:10 Zulu, and that's 6:10 local time. Takeoff is 5:30 Zulu, which is 6:30 local. And arrival in Menorca is going to be 700 Zulu, that's 8 a.m. local. And arrival at the ramp is going to be 7:10 Zulu, 8:10 local. Block time is estimated to be 2 hours. That's from ramp, from the departure to the arrival gate. Okay, I already discussed the weight. And that's it for the flight briefing. Let's look at the route on Navigraph. Okay, so that's what it looks like. And let's look at the departure. You can see that, as usual, The magenta portion of the route is the departure, and the green portion is the arrival. The orange portion is the approach. Of course, the purple portion is the main body of the route or route. Okay, we can hide this for now. And I'm going to overlay the chart. Alright, so we're going to be taking off of runway 16, which is this. This is bizarre, but anyways, we'll see. Okay, the instructions: transition altitude to 7,000. Okay, before S, we have altitude restrictions at here 2,500 and here 2,000. So 2,000 before we make the turn at 2,500, crossing right here. Okay, that's a little confusing actually, but let's see the instruction. Vibit 4 Sierra, which is what we are taking, and that's runway 16. Climb straight ahead and at 2,000, but not before DME 1.0 of Cloten. Turn left, cross Cloten, radio 180 or radio 360 at or above 4,000, and intercept this will radio 052 inbound to Brego. What is the whale? Okay, well, it's not depicted here, so, and I'm not going to waste time looking for it, since the GPS is going to follow it. Alright. Oh, that's it here. Villisau. Okay. So that's the radio. We're going to intercept one of its radials, which is this one, 052. To Brego, and from Brego it's Zulu 554, Zulu Hotel 554, and Zulu Hotel 558, and they all have altitude restrictions. At Brego it's 5,000 or above, at 554 it's 6,000 or above, at 558 it's 7,000 or above. Alright, and of course at radio 360 of Cloten. I don't think that has anything to do with us, since we're gonna be going this way. Okay. All right. And the arrival is pretty simple. We only have one restriction at flight level 100, Sargo. We cross Sargo at 100 or above. I'm going to harden it to 100 so that we can descend quickly. And no speed restriction, no speed or altitude restrictions. We are advised to cross D3440, that's DME15 from Menorca, at 3,000. Okay. And if we look at the approach, we crossed Donav at 3,000. I'm also gonna harden that probably, or just harden the 1900. Okay. All right, so we're crossing here at 3,000 and maintaining it to cross Donav. All right, so from Donav to DME10, Menorca, 2,500, DME 4.8, 1,900, and that's where we capture the glide slope. Our minimums is gonna be 520. That's Barrow. 221 radio. We're gonna be using the Barrow minimums, 520. All right, and that's it for the flight plan. Now we're gonna be looking at the taxi routes, but that's after we have set up everything. All right, so return this to the departure and maximize it so we can see the taxi routes. And we are here at the ExecuJet FBO. All right. So I'm gonna keep this here so we can look at the route. All right, so let's minimize this and fill in the flight plan. Okay, Vebit, we put the procedures. Departure is Vebit 4 Sierra. Okay. And that's runway 16. Can load that. All right, and arrival. Arrival is Sargo 4 Foxtrot. Okay, and runway is 19er. No transition. Okie dokie, let's look at the preview. Show this on the map, and that looks accurate to me. All right, that looks correct. So we can load that. And for the departure, let me just preview it just to make sure. Okay, well, that's good. Oh, that's why. Okay. Alright, and the approach is gonna be ILS Yankee 19er, and the minimum's 520 barrel. Okay. 520 barometric. Alright. Can load that. Not approved for GPS. GPS guidance is for monitoring only. Load approach. Yeah, because it's a precision approach. It's not a GPS approach. It's a ILS. That's why. That's why that thing is displayed. Alright, let's get back out. Oh, we don't need to. Let's put the body of the flight plan. Actually, before we do that, let's harden the 10,000 at Sargo. Make it an at. Okay, so it has the double bars. Enter. And the next one is Donav. Let's make that, do we make that 3,000? Quickly, let me look at that arrival again. Alright, for the arrival, it is suggested that we stay 3,000 around here, so I'm gonna put a 3,000 on it. And also at Donav. Alright. And that was the okay, that's Delta 3440. Okay. So make this 3,000. Oh, hold on. I didn't know that it has a hard something on it. $3,000. Okay, that's an add. Okay, and also Donav, make it an add. All right, I think we should be, and this one, make it an add also. Okay, do we have any speed restrictions? We don't. Okay, by this time the flaps would have been out and the speed would be decreasing normally. All right. Okay, we can continue with the flight planning. Vibit for Sierra to Vibit. Okay. Tango 50 to Rotos. Zulu 669 Vadar. Okay. So load airway Tango 50 to Rotos. Zulu 669er to Vadar. Okay. To Vadar. Where is Vadar? Okay, direct Geneva, direct Ballsy. Geneva, Golf Victor Alpha. Okay, Ballsy. Okay. And after Ballsy, we have Uniform November 852 to Verso. And Uniform Lima 16 to Sargo. Uniform Lima 16, that's right here, to Sargo. Okay, and of course it doesn't load Sargo, it loads the waypoint before that, because Sargo is the beginning of the star. Alright, so everything is done. We can click Done. Alright, the flight plan is done, so we can continue with the performance. We've done the weight and balance. Now the takeoff data. We're departing from Zurich from runway 16, and the weather, we can load the METAR and the temperature. Okay, our altimeter right now is QNH 1000 hectopascals. So we can load that. Alright. So the runway, we have a 12,218 feet runway length, which is much more than we need. Takeoff configuration, we're going to be taking off flaps 1, anti-ice off, thrust reversers stowed, takeoff factors 1.00, and it's not going to be a rolling takeoff. Alright, takeoff data, we can accept that. That's 114V1, VR117, V2132, and VFT0185. Can accept that, and you can see right here it says check flaps. That's because we have not selected the correct takeoff flaps. So that's a kind of check to make sure you don't make mistakes. As soon as I select flaps 1, the speed is gonna display. Okay, and that's because we chose flaps 1 for takeoff. If we had chosen flaps 2, then I would need to select flaps 2 before the speeds show up and this disappears. Alright, so that's that. Landing config, we will deal with upstairs. Alright, we'll deal with that when the time comes. For now, I think we have set everything here that we need. Alright, next thing we're gonna do, I'm going to put the flight plan on that page, on that GTC, and here we'll leave it to work with. Alright, next thing we're doing is Setting the initial altitude, I'm gonna select 9,000 for now, just so we stay below 250 or 250 max until we make the necessary turns. Okay. And runway heading of 152. I know it's probably 153, but I'm gonna leave it with what's on the FMS depart, because this appears to be more accurate. Wow, the weather is really something. Also gonna arm VNav and select Toga and arm the auto throttle, or actually leave the auto throttle until the engines are started. Okay, I think we are done setting up for now. So I'm gonna run the before start checklist. Now, cockpit items, circuit breakers we checked, standby power on, batteries both are on, eyes and CAS we checked, oxygen system checked, hydraulic data is good, APU is on, external power we do not have, fuel and center of gravity we've checked, lights, emergency arm, passenger, okay. So, we arm, oh my gosh, this track IR. We arm the emergency lights. Okay, tail flood should have been on. Wing inspection lights. Passenger safety. Okay. All right, so next, gonna run our before start checklist. Oh, autopilot, we can engage and disengage. Okay, that's the autopilot and it's on.
Autopilot.
Okay, disengaging it. All right, so the autopilot works. Okay, before start checklist, parking brake is set, eyes and CAS checked. Okay, that is good. And I'm gonna be starting the left engine, the right engine first. Now we need to make sure that we have 32 psi start pressure, and we do. Okay. So we open the guard and push start, and also push run. Okay, monitoring. N2 rising. Ignition is on. Start valve is open. ITT temperature rising. Oil pressure rising, oil temperature rising, N1 rising, and fuel flow has started. Okay, and that's a good start. It starts really quickly. Start valve is closed, ignition is off. All right, and it's stabilized. So starting right engine. Did I close this? Okay, I didn't. It's so hard to see the glass. Okay, open this one. Start. And start. Okay. N2 rising, ignitions armed, start valves open. Okay, all temperature, oil pressure rising, N1 rising, ITT temperature rising. Fuel flow coming up. Fuel flow started. Okay. And good. Ignition off, start valve closed. Engine stabilized. Right there. Okay. And now that the engine is running, you can see that the bus tie has opened automatically. Each generator is supplying its specific bus. We can turn off the APU now. All right. And now we can check the bleed air and the hydraulics. Hydraulics first. All right, everything is good on the hydraulics. And the bleed. All right, each engine is supplying the bleed air. All right, everything is good. NTIs we're not gonna need. All right, next is the flight controls. So aft, neutral, forward, neutral, left, right, neutral, rudders, left, right, neutral, flaps. Okay, that's full extension. Full retraction, that's good, so put it on flaps 1. Alright, you can see that the speeds are now displayed. Alright, speed brakes. That's full extension. Full retraction. Alright, flight controls are nominal. So we can set the trim now. Wow, it looks like it trimmed itself. 4.5 is too much. We're gonna leave it at probably 3.3. That's good enough. Alright. Alright, everything here is good and in the greens. Can check the pre-flight again. If I can find my mouse pointer. Alright, you can see now that the pre-flight is all green because everything has been met, even though oh boy, even though I haven't released the parking brake yet. And of course, if I try to move, it's gonna tell me no takeoff. Actually, you can see it displayed here in the CAS messaging. Alright, so everything is fine. I can set the maps now. And in the summary, everything is good. So can go to home, go to map, and adjust. We're gonna use this for taxi. So leave it that way. And this one, wow, this is This weather is something else. Okay, we'll leave it here for now. All right, we are ready for taxi. Oh, we can also set the ILS frequency for our arrival, since we're gonna be a very short time in the air. And the ILS frequency is 111.5. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, it's already been set. Can leave that open. All right, so we should be good to go. 5422, that's our transponder code. All right. Wow, the lag is not even, oh my goodness. Oh boy. Yeah, I think it's because of the weather. Let me see if I can overclock the GPU just a tad. And let's hope this doesn't crash. Because that would not be funny. Alright, that seems to give us some breathing space. Alright, so this is what our taxi route is gonna look like. Let's bring up Volanta one more time. We're taking off runway 16. Alright, runway 16, and we are here. Where's runway 16? That should be this one. Yeah. Alright, so this is what it's gonna be. We're gonna taxi from Zulu to Bravo to Echo 2. Zulu, Bravo, Echo, Echo 2. Alright, Zulu, Bravo, Echo, Echo 2. Zulu, Bravo. Oh, Zulu, Bravo. Echo 5. Echo. Echo 2. Is it Echo 2? Yes, Echo 2. Okay. Alright. Looks simple. What time do we have? 6:08. Okay, we're 2 minutes to go. All right, so taxi lights. Before taxi checklist. Flight controls free and correct. APUs off. Takeoff data input already. Flight instruments set. Altimeters checked. Trims checked. Taxi lights coming on. And parking brakes coming off. Alright. Taxi lights on. Does it even make any difference? Oh, it's raining. Is that rain or snow? Okay, that's good. And parking brake off. Alright, let's go. We're probably gonna need anti-ice. I wonder what's that. Always happens. Alright, this is Zulu. Okay, getting on to Bravo now. Now let's try to stay on the center line. This can be a little finicky. My rudders are sensitive. My rudder is sensitive. And this thing is running even though I'm on idle speed. Alright, I think we're coming up on okay, it's gonna be this next one. Yeah, Echo 5. And this should be Echo. Alright, we should be starting to slow down. And that's Echo 2 in front of us. Man, this is just fighting to not take the center line for some reason. They're just avoiding the center line like a plague. All right. So final checks before takeoff. I'm gonna bring up the timer. Probably turn off the flood lighting. Okay, and adjust the maps. All right, everything is good. We're gonna line up and wait. So, and strobes on, landing lights on, taxi lights off for now. Oh, before we do that. Oh, actually, let's line up. I think we need to line up before doing our before takeoff checklist. Left is clear, right is clear. Okay, and I can switch this to navigation. All right. Okay, so everything is good from all I can see here. Sorry about the camera flips. My track IR has a mind of its own. Okay, I think we're doing good on frames. Now, what time is it? We're supposed to leave at 6:30, at 6:27. That's good. We are on time. Before takeoff checklist. Exterior lights are on, auto throttle toga, and we need to arm it. Okay, and start the time. Okay, auto throttle, armed. Start the time. Okay, and taxi lights on. All right. So hold the brakes and check the power. It's stable. Full power. And the auto throttle goes to hold. Airspeed alive. Well, V1 rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Autopilot on. Light level change. Okay, I'm gonna hold off on raising the flaps until we make the turns. Wow, it's already at 8,000. You're still in the clouds, that's why you're seeing the light beams. Okay, did we pass the speed restriction? Not yet. Oops. Alright, we can bug up to our cruising altitude of 41,000. But we'll start climbing on our way to Brego. Flaps up. Alright, that was beautiful. We can start climbing now. Alright. Alright, we passed 10,000. Landing lights off. Seatbelt signs off. Okay, that was a good departure. And look at that gorgeous moonlight. These things are so bright. Alright, we can do our climb checklist. Climb checklist. Landing gear up, flaps up. Flight level change and navigation. APUs off. 10,000 feet. We have turned off landing lights. Now we can switch to standard altimeter. Oh, we have some ice on the wing. I'm gonna turn on anti-ice. Okay, we're gonna turn off the anti-ice. Since we're above the clouds, I don't think we're gonna need it anymore. Let me see how much fuel imbalance we have because of the APU 4080. Let me see if I can do some little cross feeding. This is not that bad, but I have this OCD. Let's see, this is gravity, oh, this is transfer. Okay, I'm gonna, which one is bigger? That's the left, right? This APU runs off of the right tank. Yeah, 40, 60, 39, 40. Alright, let's just run it just for a few seconds. See what happens. Alright, this should be good enough. Yeah, that's good enough. Alright, we have 1,000 to go. Oh, and I forgot to set the cruising altitude, cruising profile. That should be on VNav, I believe. Cruise. Okay, we're gonna cruise at Mach 8.2 since that's what we have in the Mach 0.82 since that's what we have in the flight plan. All right. All right, we're gonna be descending in 45 minutes. So I'll see you guys in a few. Don't want to bore you with the cruise. So see you guys at top of descent. Hi everyone. We are back at the flight and we're close to our top of descent. Whoa, gonna be descending in 1 minute and 50 seconds. So I'm gonna set the altitude very quickly. Okay, leave it at 3,000 for now, and let's set up our descent. Our descent, our landing data. Okay, we're landing at Zurich. No, my goodness. We're landing at Menorca. Runway 19er. Okay, loading the data. Loading weather data. So it's gonna be the 20. Oh, this is in inches of mercury. My goodness, gonna be 1012. All right. I wonder how to change that. Okay, runway elevation is 299 feet. Heading is 187. Okay, we're going to be landing with full flaps. Anti-ice off. We descending yet? Yeah, we are. Okay. And landing data 131 and 119er, so accept landing speeds. Okie dokie. So that was 1012. We can set it now. One zero one two. Okay. Okay, first restriction is 10,000, and that would be at Sargo. Okay. I thought I closed this. Okay. And looking at the procedure, this was vectors. Okay, that's good. All right, just making sure that everything is well set up. All right, everything is going well. Let's quickly take a look at Volanta and see what our performance looks like so far. All right, this was our, oops, what was that? This was our takeoff. Just remember that this is high like this because it's a high altitude airport, sort of. So this is actually where the ground is, not right there. All right, so we taxied and took off and climbed. We stayed at 8,000 all this way and then continued the climb. Okay, now we're here. All right, let's also take a quick look at our charts. Okay, we're here, we're still descending. Cross here at 10,000. And cross here at 3,000. Okay. And our localizer is 111.5. Sorry guys, sorry about the camera. So 111.5. Okay. We have a minimum's 520. Okay, this is set here, so it's gonna auto tune. Okay, descent checklist. Altitude selector set. VNAV as required. Arrival weather data. We've checked and put that in. I'm gonna switch to local altimeter because we're descending, you know, continuously. Or actually, maybe I'll just wait. I hope I don't forget to change it because sometimes I can't forget. Transition altitude is 6,000. Transition level, I'm gonna make it 8,000. So it's by ATC. I knew something was missing. Okay, we're gonna get to 3,000 here, approximately. Okay, we're coming up on 10,000. All right, 10,000. Landing lights on. Seat belts on. Okay, transition level is 8,000. So while we wait for it, let me refresh the thing, actually put it on current, and weather. Okay, still that. Landing config, landing data, everything is fine. All right. Okay, 8,000. Local altimeter. Gonna start slowing down soon. As soon as we get into 10 miles. Okay, flaps 1. Did we do the approach checklist? Approach checklist, landing data confirmed, ice protection as required, exterior lights on, flight instruments checked and set, crew briefing complete. Approach checklist complete. Let's apply some speed brakes. I want to reduce speed quickly. Flaps 2. Okay, I'm gonna take over the speed as soon as we get to 160. Which we have. Manual speed 140 or 150. We'll leave it at 150 for now. I'm gonna set this to the final speed. I think it's 1900. Let me make sure. Yes, that's 1900. I think we're now at 3000. Yeah. Okay, probably that's too little. Yeah, I should have left it at 160. All right. Now we are going to do we're gonna do a direct to. Okay, let's see if it will switch. Well, looks like we have a lot of crosswind. Okay, we're descending again to 1900. Okay, let's see if it will switch. If it doesn't switch, we'll switch it ourselves. Alright, it did switch. Okay, so I'm arming approach. Gear down. Have a serious crosswind here. How are we doing on frames? Oh, the frames are good. Okay, missed approach altitude is 2500. Okay. Full flaps. Wow, 26 knots. This is not funny. Alright, 26 knots, that's gonna be 13. 119 plus 13 is gonna be 122. Okay. No, 129, 132. Okay, taxi lights on. Before landing checklist, landing gear down, flaps full, exterior lights all on, speed brakes retracted, CAS messages checked, airspeed VREF. Alright. This is a serious crosswind. Oh boy, and there's something else I need to set. In the VNAVs. Actually, no. The landing data. Auto throttle is gonna be on. I don't know why I always forget that. Okay, almost there. Autopilot off. Okay, stop here and stop the timer. Alright, that's 1:31:21. Now let's figure out where we are. Okay. Alright, parking at stand 19. Flaps up. Oh, and landing lights off. Strobes off. Okay. Slow down. Okay, we're looking for 19. This is 21, so that's the next one. Taxi lights off. Let's slow down a little bit. Slow down. No, slow down, don't stop. Okay, we need to... Oh, we passed it. And that guy is angry. All right. Do we have ground power? We don't. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna leave this like this so we can run the replay. But before we do that, let's take a look at our landing performance and see how we did. Okay, judging by where we landed, it looks like there was a little bit of a float. We were supposed to touch down around around where? Okay, that's the threshold. We're supposed to touch down around here. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought. Now, how did we do? Let's see. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. 97 FPM. Okay, let's see how well we tracked the... Oh, that is good. Our descent was continuous as I wanted it. And here we stopped at 3000 and maintained it until alright, that's good. That's good. We overshot it by just a tiny little bit. Alright, so I would say that that was a good flight. Let's see the statistics. Okay, that was our climb. We rested at 8,000 for a while, and then and I look at just how short the cruising time was, but the descent was immaculate. Alright. I didn't take any screenshots, unfortunately, because it was a short flight. Alright, so we can close this flight. Of course, we already reviewed it, so... and we can close this, otherwise the replay will mess it up.
Minimums.
Alright guys, welcome to Menorca. Bienvenido a Menorca. So we have external power. I'm gonna connect that. No need for the APU. Did I turn that on? You know what, just turn it on. Now, after landing checklist. We didn't do that. Thrust reversal stowed, flaps retracted, timer force stopped, ice protection everything, exterior lights as required, APU is on. Alright, after landing checklist complete. Okay, I know we're doing it late, but better late than never. So, release that. Actually, should release it after the engines are off, but it's adults we're carrying. Left engine off. Right engine off. Okay, and 1 RPM is 0.2. That's good. We can turn off everything. Also, we can connect ground power now. And turn off the APU. Okay, through the magic of positioning, I positioned this in the correct position. This is beautiful. Now, in the airport, in real life, I think they have demolished this building right here. It's no longer there, so maybe in a later update they can update that. As at 2022, that building is not there anymore. It's a parking lot that is there. Someone correct me if I am wrong. Alright, thanks for watching. I know this was very long. I did not play the replay of the takeoff because that happened in the dark and it wouldn't be very realistic to replay it under another weather. That's why I ignored it. And I compensated with a lot of views from the landing replay. How long have it been recording? Let's see. 2 hours and 24 minutes, which is takeoff and landing, so I don't think it's that long. Alright guys, thanks for watching once again. And this is Menorca Airport. That's the ground side. The ground side is well modeled too. Yeah, as I was saying, this building is no longer there. It's a parking lot. It's only this one that's here. Man, this is modeled so much like real life. Okay, guys. Once again, this is the Barkis signing off. See y'all.